Today on Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson, conservative activist Charlie Kirk passes away at 31 after he was assassinated at an event at a Utah college. And it appears as if the left and a certain group of black folks are cheering this on. All right. We're going to discuss all that and more on episode number 130 of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 130 of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson. I am your host, Tripp Simpson, in the building.
And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, before we get this live stream started, first and foremost, we got to handle business. Let's handle business.
Family moving up in the business. I know you're going to look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right. I am not invisible, so do me a favor. If you're watching live on YouTube, live on X, or live on Facebook, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, tap that notification bell and select all. Now, before we get started in the show today, first of all, I would like to give my deepest condolences to the family and the friends of Charlie Kirk. All right. I would like to give my deepest condolences. I think that yesterday's attack was crazy. I think that there's no place for that in this country. But I mean, it's also a sign, unfortunately, of things that may be to come, right? And what I want to talk about today, because I'm not going to be on here long. I've only got about an hour, maybe even less. Okay. Today, I want to have a very important conversation with black people. Okay. Because I don't think that you guys are grasping exactly what this Charlie Kirk assassination actually is. Okay? And I don't think you understand the potential ramifications that could occur as a result of this mess. Now, I've been called all type of coons and sellouts and all type of shit for expressing my condolences for this man. And for simply trying to advise black folks not to stoke this fire any more than it's already being stoked. And of course, this falls on deaf ears. This falls on deaf ears because if it's one thing black folks can't see past, it's race. And what's even more shocking to me is the men who are out here in their feelings over this man. The men. Now, was Charlie Kirk critical of black people? Yes. But does that make him a racist? Now, let me break this down. Y'all remember when Kevin Samuels died, okay? Y'all remember when Kevin Samuels died? Black women all over the world cheered and rejoiced And the black men were disgusted with them over this. Now, why were we disgusted? We were disgusted because it's crazy that a little tough criticism was all it took for you to wish death and cheer on death to a man who hasn't hurt anyone. Kevin Samuels told nothing but the truth to black women, and black men, to be honest, he told the truth to both. But the women hated him for this. It's the same with Charlie Kirk. You can whine and cry about him being a racist towards blacks all you want, but at the end of the day, you can't call him a liar because he came with facts and statistics. The black community is, in fact, exceptionally violent. There is a plethora of data to back this up. Fathers not being in the home is a serious problem in the black community. There is a plethora of data to back this up. The DEI situation in America is a joke. And there's a plethora of data to back this up. And the craziest part about the whole DEI shit is it's of no virtual benefit to black people. But yet we still whine and cry about it like it's a life or death program for us. These are all the things Charlie respectfully challenged that he got labeled a racist for. But to my point about black men, we can't call out the black women for not having any accountability and wishing death on Kevin Samuels just for telling the truth, and then turn around and do the same thing to Charlie Kirk. Criticism is not racism. And to be honest, these are the things that every ethnic group notices about us, but they're just scared to say it because they don't want to be labeled as a racist. Now, one of the ideas I've been trying to get across to you guys over the last 24 hours is the importance of not getting involved in the potential civil unrest that may be to come, okay? The more and more you niggas shit on Charlie Kirk, the more of a target you're putting on your own community. And that's completely unnecessary. Right now, it's a left versus right thing. But the more and more you Negroes put your 2 cents in it and bring race into the equation, the more danger you put us all in as a group. I said this on my Facebook page earlier. All right? I compare it to like the Elijah Muhammad situation with Malcolm X. Okay, when Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm X not to shit on JFK after the assassination. All right, he told Malcolm X, you know, I'm loosely quoting him, but this man is loved by too many people. All right, it's not wise to go and piss everyone off, and it's not helpful to the cause of the Nation of Islam. And what did Malcolm X go and do? He went and shitted on JFK anyway, and the Nation of Islam hasn't been the same since. And ultimately, Malcolm X was murdered himself. Am I telling you to be a coward? No. I'm telling you that you need to start moving with tact. Okay? You have to be tactful, especially when you're at a severe disadvantage, numbers-wise, like black people are in America. Okay? It's called moving with tact. Hell, even if you hate Charlie Kirk's guts, now is not the time to share that sentiment. All you're doing is feeding the resentment towards your own community. It's like all black folks want to do as a collective is just be a thorn in the side of the white man. And that's pitiful. Instead of taking advantage of the opportunity that you have as an American citizen, okay, to be fruitful and multiply, you niggas just want to be an annoyance. We got a comment on Facebook here. Nathan W. Holmes says tact is subjective. Okay, it's subjective, but I mean, is what I'm saying wrong? Tact is subjective, okay, but isn't what I'm saying wrong? And also, ladies and gentlemen, I will be opening up the calls because I'm not going to be talking for too long today. So I'm going to be opening up the calls. If anybody wants to hit the link and call in, you're welcome to do so. I'm not sure if the link is up on Facebook, but if you come on over to my YouTube page, that's at Trippin' Ain't Easy TV on YouTube, you can click the link that's pinned to the top of the live chat section, and you can give your 2 cents. All right. But anyways, it's pitiful though. We just want to be an annoyance to the white man. Instead of taking advantage of everything we have in this country, niggas just want to be an annoyance. Okay, and yes, every other group looks at us that way because of the way we operate. Okay, instead of being tactful and letting the right wing and the left wing go back and forth, you niggas want to put your worthless 2 cents in it and bring all the smoke this way. And to what benefit? For bragging rights about pissing white people off on the internet? Newsflash. Your community is still in its own war zone. Your schools are still piss poor. Your neighborhoods are still riddled with drugs and homelessness. Your elevators still smell like piss. And you want to jump into a civil war with white people? And then I'm hearing all these women talk. I'm listening to all these women. Oh my God. All these goddamn women talking crazy on the internet like they fitting to hop on the front lines when the shit pops off. You're a joke. I asked a friend of mine the other day what her course of action is going to be if a civil war pops off. She changed the subject. See, everybody talking tough behind a keyboard. But if it really popped off, we'd be cooked in 48 hours flat. Niggas can't hunt, niggas can't camp, niggas can't aim, and niggas can't shoot. All niggas know how to do is talk a bunch of shit. But all that shit talking doesn't account for basic survival skills. You are 13% of the population. You are outnumbered. You are outgunned. You are out-resourced. And everybody knows it. Like I said, I'll give it 48 hours before the white flag is raised. But anyways, before I get out of here, I want to talk about what I think actually happened yesterday. All right? I believe that this was a planned out military style intelligence hit on Charlie Kirk for several different reasons. All right, but first I want to show some of the things he's been saying lately that could be the cause of what happened yesterday. All right? Shout out to Donald Pratt on Facebook. He says, adults blame video games for youth crime, but fail to see media dictates their own thoughts. That's very true. I agree with that. So real quick, I just want to show y'all a couple of things that Charlie Kirk has been saying the last couple of days that could have possibly gotten him into what happened yesterday. All right, give me a second. Okay.
Mechanism of radical open border neoliberal.
Start over. All right, here we go.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical open border neoliberal quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like, time for you guys to wake up and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me.
All right, now that's just one. That's just one. Let's go to something else that he said. Marx. Okay. Here's more Charlie Kirk.
Communities have been pushing the exact kind of hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Now, I don't like generalizations. Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Now, I don't like generalizations. Not every Jewish person believes that. But it is true, the Anti-Defamation League was part and parcel with Black Lives Matter. It is true that some of the largest financiers of left-wing anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. They went all in on woke, and it wasn't just ADL. It was some of the top Jewish organizations in the country that have done that. In fact, we have seen this with the recent retreat of Jewish donations that are no longer going to be administered to colleges, right? Mark Rowan, Leon Copperman. Can we get that full list? It's very powerful. The part of the, so that's totally true. And by the way, Tucker Carlson reinforces this. So I'm going to kind of, it was quite a day on the internet. Tucker Carlson was interviewing Candace Owens. We have Candace Owens coming up next hour. And Tucker Carlson mentions.
Let me stop right there. And what I want to say first is I'm not in any way saying the Jews killed Tucker Carlson. I don't know who killed Tucker Carlson, but I do know when you start pointing the finger to a certain group of people that you're not supposed to talk about in a certain country in the Middle East that you're not supposed to talk about, all of a sudden you become a target. We've seen it happen too many times. Now he's talking about hanging out with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, which two people that he's been hanging out with. But if you don't know, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are two of the biggest critics of Israel on the right wing right now as we speak. It's between Tucker, Candace, and Nick Fuentes. Charlie Kirk, for the most part, has been a devout supporter of Israel. But it seems like the last few days, he started to sort of switch course a little bit. So yeah, but he's bringing up Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. I mean, these are people that are probably on the hit list as well. And I'm not saying a murder hit list. I'm just saying they have been called out as being anti-Semites. And now it appears as if Charlie Kirk was going down that road. But let's continue.
That Jewish Americans have primarily been financing cultural Marxist ideas. We said this, by the way, last week, and people came after us. We were on top of it. We actually said it in a different way. We said, I'm glad that Jewish Americans are reconsidering their financing of cultural Marxism.
Right, so boom. He's putting pieces together that he might not shouldn't be putting together. Because now his claim is that his claim, according to Charlie Kirk, is that the Jewish community basically runs the Marxist communist left. That's out of his mouth. All right, now let's go to something else. And this might have been the icing on the cake. I think this was done yesterday before, I could be wrong, but I think this was done yesterday before the rally, or maybe the day before.
With his little friend Ghislaine and Ghislaine's father.
You started over. All right.
Epstein, with his little friend Ghislaine and Ghislaine's father, Robert Maxwell, who is obviously a spy of the Israeli intelligence agencies, that there was something else going on here. Epstein was not some sort of whiz kid hedge fund manager. Epstein was playing a part. Epstein was a LARPer. Epstein was cast for a specific role, and he played it really well. The sweatpants and the Harvard jacket, the kind of disheveled hair, looking as if he was so smart and above the clouds that he was doing advanced mathematic equations on the back of napkins. But if you actually go into some of the videos of people that met with Epstein at the time, they said he was awfully unimpressive when it came to finance and markets and economics. And it's nothing new that if you're in the intel agencies, you want to try and get as much blackmail on powerful people as possible.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. Now, as you can see, now number one, he puts the pieces together. He says, he talks about Marx, who controls Marxism in the communist faction, the left wing. Now, Now he's insinuating that the Israeli government, by way of Mossad, which is their intelligence agency, that's like our CIA, now he's insinuating that they used Epstein to blackmail every single politician, and that's why it's being covered up. This is out of his own mouth. A lot of people believe that this is what may have got him assassinated. I don't know that for a fact. This is all speculation. Okay, this is all speculation. But like I said, as you can see, Charlie appeared to be veering away from his usual unwavering support for the state of Israel. And personally, I believe this might be what put him in danger. And it also kills multiple birds with one stone if you think about it. Number one, it distracts people from the Epstein case, which according to him involves Israeli intelligence. Number two, it gives the elite the catalyst event they need to spark the civil unrest that they've been itching for the past 30 years. Okay? Number three, it distracts everyone from the whole Middle East, Gaza, Iran, Hamas debacle. Okay? That is a shit show over there. It's distracting from that. Number four, it sends a message to those who think it's safe to go against the grain. Okay? It gives a signal that it's not safe to go against the grain for those we are told we can't question.
I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that.
Now, what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to take a look at this tweet from the Prime Minister, Bibi. All right, this is a tweet that came out yesterday following the shooting. I want to show this tweet. Give me a second. All right, so here's this tweet. Can y'all see that? All right. So this is from Bibi yesterday, September 10th at 5:21 p.m. It says, Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking the truth and defending freedom. A lion-hearted friend of Israel, he fought the lies and stood for the Judeo-Christian civilization. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. I spoke to him 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Now, seems like an innocent tweet. But don't you find it weird that he was invited to Israel by the Prime Minister 2 weeks ago? He didn't go. And in the meantime, in that past 2 weeks, he's been criticizing them a lot more than he normally would. Like normally, it's all praises from him for them, but he's been criticizing them more and more. I don't know. Just seems kind of odd. I mean, why do you think he declined the trip? There have been rumors since August that Charlie feared for his life. And I want to show, real quick, I want to show you guys. I want to show y'all that actually. Let me get to it. Hold on. Now, this was made in August sometime. This is what some guy said. Nobody really paid attention to it back then, but I'll just say it aged pretty well. All right. So this is the tweet. Hold on. Give me a second. Get this off the screen. All right. Let me get this shit on the screen. All right. Boom. So this is a tweet from August 14th, 2025, just a little under a month ago. He says, "I'm not going to name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them." This was made August 14th, 2025. All right.
Aryans to
Check this
storm the
video
gates
out.
of Jerusalem. I want the holy sites protected.
Let's go
Look,
back.
I'm afraid.
Let me give you some context on this video. This is a video from a clip of a show that Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk did about the backlash they were getting just for slightly criticizing Israel. This is a clip from a show he did with Megyn Kelly from about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when they were talking about the criticism that they're getting for slightly criticizing Israel. Here we go.
Because again, I want civilization to win. I want the West to win. I don't want the Islamo-fascist barbarians to storm the gates of Jerusalem. I want the holy sites protected. I believe in the Holy Land. I love that Jesus walked on water there and rose from the dead and preached in the Mount of Beatitudes. Like I feel the connection to Israel, but at the same time, simultaneously, when the hostile reaction is that now Megyn and Charlie are enemies,
right?
Boy, I'll tell you, like you're not gonna, I wouldn't say lose, but you will weaken and just basically deflate two of your strongest advocates if that continues.
I mean, it's right there. It's right there. I'm in no way making any claims that any particular country or any particular people smoke Charlie Kirk. I'm just saying, typically when somebody dies, you look at the smoke, because where there's smoke, most time there's fire. Sometimes it's just a smoke machine, but most of the time it's fire. So, I mean, there's that. As I stated, I'm not exactly claiming to know what's going on here, but what I do suspect is that there is a high level of fuckery going on at a high level that black folks don't need any relevant position in. This whole situation smells like a trap for all Americans. And I hope to God we can get past this without any violence or civil unrest erupting throughout the country. I don't know exactly who is behind this and for what reason it's been being done. All I have is my suspicions. That's all I have is my suspicions. And it's for that reason why I can't stress to you enough, this has nothing to do with black people. But what you're doing is, everybody's already on edge anyway. Just last week, the video of the young white lady who got stabbed in the neck for no reason by a black dude went crazy. And then black people online backed him. Then you got a couple months ago, the Austin Metcalf situation, when the black kid stabbed the white kid in the heart for no apparent reason. And black people sent him $500,000. You guys are stoking the flames to a fire that you're not going to be able to put out. Trust and believe. And stop letting these race-baiting black influencers bait you guys into having these discussions on the internet. I'm telling you, all they do is take your money. They take your money and they instigate you into getting into these Twitter fights with white people over shit that don't got nothing to do with you. But when the shit hits the fan, they've got enough money to get the hell out of Dodge. Meanwhile, you're gonna have to be here and you're gonna have to deal with the shit. Because the first place the shit is going to hit the fan is going to be in the city. It's going to be in the city. But anyway, let's going to be it for me today. Do me a favor also. Whether you agree, you disagree, or you're indifferent, do me a favor, okay? I want you to comment in the live chat below, and if you're watching the playback, leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and select all. And also, never forget, tripping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.